Good morning, happy Monday. It's been a slow start today. First time I picked up the vlog. It's gone 9 o'clock. Daddy went to work. Ruben and I had a bit of a buggy to Kids Bops, I think it's called. Basically like modern music, sang by pre-teens with all the swear words and inappropriate songs taken out, but it's still like Taylor Swift and Stormzy and that kind of thing. So me and Ruben were dancing around to that. I'm not at work this week. It's Easter holidays. Ruben goes to a preschool, not a nursery, so the preschool is closed because it does schooling hours, not nursery hours. John normally has Mondays off, but he's working today, so he can have Wednesday off because that's my birthday. Not that we've made any plans. And when we do make plans, it'll probably be going to somewhere for breakfast appropriate for Ruben, and then a soft play. That's how you spend your birthday when you have a toddler. Or maybe that's just us. But yeah, just kind of pootling around, kind of starting with the Easter decorations. Ruben is still in his pyjamas, but we have had breakfast. Yeah. Should really probably get dressed in a minute, but before we get dressed I need coffee because I've only had one today and it's gone 9 o'clock. Okay, so both Ruben and I are dressed. I've got a giant spot there. Are you dressed? Are you dressed? I've done the dishes. I need to put the pans away. I've put a load of washing on. And we're going to go for a walk up to Chris and Margaret's, drop off their Easter card. I haven't seen them in ages. It's really bizarre. We kind of went from seeing them like once, twice a week, quite solidly. Because now Ruben goes to school on a Friday, which is one of the days we used to go and see them. And then that kind of left us to Saturdays. And yeah, they had COVID. I'm isolating for like a fortnight in February, and then obviously 28th of February is when the first time Ruben got rushed to hospital, and then he's just been ill all month. And when he wasn't ill, John was ill. And when you're friends with somebody in their late 70s and early 80s, you got to be careful not to get them poorly, because obviously even though they're really healthy, it's still a vulnerable age, isn't it? So you've got to kind of take care of that. So yes, this is kind of the first time that I've not been germy and Ruben is kind of well enough to go. So we're going to have a wander up. I haven't texted them. Well, I have texted them. I WhatsApped Margaret yesterday, and she's normally super good at it. But she's not read it from yesterday. So I don't know if they're away or they're out or there's an issue with her phone. She just sometimes leave it in her handbag. Because she's of an age where she still doesn't use her phone as regularly as people my age and younger does. So we'll take the Easter card. If they're not home, we'll just pop it through the letterbox and enjoy having a little bit of a walk as Ruben destroys the house a little bit more. How many stones were there? Ruben, how many stones were there? Home. It was quite funny. I was literally walking up there, and Margaret rang. She was so apologetic. She was like, "Oh, I left my phone in my bag again." I'm like, "Thought you did." And she's like, "Oh, we'd be delighted to see you both, but can it be sooner rather than later? We're going out to a funeral at 2. Sadly, it's what happens when you're of a certain age. I think she was saying that this year they've averaged 1 a week, but the most they've done in 1 week is 3. It's that thing when you're, getting older, sadly. I was like, well, actually, we're right at the end of your street. I can see your car. And she laughed. So went in, had a coffee, had a bit of a catch up. Was there for a little over an hour. They bought Ruben an Easter egg, which was sweet. Which he was not interested in because he went in there and Chris always gives him biscuits. So he was like, thank you. Gave it to me. And biscuit. But yeah, it was nice to have a catch up. And get a bit of fresh air. Ruben does like to run around in their garden, which is nice. But yeah, it's only around the corner, but it's just that little walk up there and then having some interaction for a bit. It's like hopefully helped to tire him out a bit today. Okay, here we have Ruben's lunch that we played the yes/no game for. This giving your child options thing is hard. We said no to a lot of things today. But we've ended up with sausage rolls. These bear paw things, I think they are raspberry and strawberry, or they might be strawberry and apple, I can't remember. Some cheese, some vegetable crisps, and a chocolate chip brioche. That's what the boy wants. He also had a banana after all when we got back from Chris and Margaret's. So he has had some fruit today on top of his smoothie. Ruben just went down for his afternoon nap. Whoop, whoop. Time to pick up all the mess. Amazon driver just did a little delivery. Instagram made me buy it. Little Paw Patrol watch. Mrs. Hinch shared it on Instagram, and her youngest is younger than Ruben, and she's saying how her kids are obsessed with her Apple Watch, so she bought them that. Ruben is obsessed with John's, and he loves Paw Patrol. Obviously he's too little to tell the time, but he can read numbers, like he can go up and go 2 or 3 or whatever. So yeah, I got him that. Alright, let's see if I can pick up some mess. I might have another coffee. Let's spoil ourselves. I'm going to have another coffee. Then I'm going to pick up my mess. Hello. The afternoon has somewhat disappeared and the big spot on my middle of my face is getting bigger. Yeah, so Ruben slept for like an hour and 20, which was alright. I still haven't taken the washing out of the washing machine that I put in before 10 o'clock this morning. I will do that in a moment. I have had a good tidy up, and yet somehow is that thing, like my house is tiny and I've done nothing but kind of like clean on and off all day and it's still a mess, but it's clean mess, it's cluttered cleanliness. I had it's quite funny, I had a phone call I had a text from work saying your cousin's come in and dropped off a birthday card. I'm like, now I have a bajillion cousins, but none of us are close enough for me to have been given a birthday card. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you've got as many cousins as I have, it's not kind of how we roll. Then I get a text message from my niece saying, oh, I've dropped off your birthday card to your office, because normally I work Mondays. So I'm like, niece. But to be fair to my colleague, I've got quite a few of those as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 nieces. So, you know, to be fair to him, there's a big selection. And then my colleague rang me and he was asking, like, on the pretense of, oh, should I drop these cards over tonight? And then that kind of evolved into, I've just got a question. I love him dearly, so it's fine. John came home, showered, changed, gone again because he's got to go down and talk to the rugby lads tonight. Ruben's had his tea, he had ravioli. The kid loves pasta, what can I say? And yeah. So John's gone back down to the rugby club. Me and Ruben are chilling. I need to take the washing out of the machine. And it's tea time and it's cheeky takeaway. I've got chicken mushroom pie, chips and curry sauce. And that apparently is salad, mixed meat, chips and a lot of mayo. That's tonight's tea. And that is bedtime. Ruben didn't go to bed. It's probably, what time do you reckon it was? 9 o'clock. So that's why we ended up ordering takeaway and finalised the food shop because I've got it coming tomorrow rather than Wednesday, so that's done. This spot on my nose is killing me. Watched a bit of crap telly. Put a few more of the Easter bits up. Get that finished tomorrow. But yeah, going to bed. Night, guys.